Lindsay from the blog Books for Christian Girls, and today I will be talking about more of my favorite books. Recently on Instagram, I sent out an Instagram story, actually a few Instagram stories, about what are y'all's things y'all want to see on this channel. And then after that, I noticed I got 4 requests for favorites just repeatedly over and over. And to help decide which order they should be posted in, I asked y'all, and this was the first one and the most highly requested one, and that was my favorite book, Tropes. So first things first, I probably should explain what exactly a book trope is, because I did have to explain this to my mom. So just in case you also don't know, a book trope has come to be used for describing commonly recurring literary and rhetorical devices or cliches in creative works. So an example would be like a love triangle or instant love, and neither of those are going to be on this list because I don't like either of those, so that won't be in this video. But I'm going to be sharing some other ones that I really like and also some books that have this in them. So let's go! So these aren't in any particular order besides the fact that these are just kind of how I thought of them while I was making these notes for this video. And the first one would be hate to love. And not like burning hate, not like hate, just maybe like they're competitors or they don't like each other for some reason. And one book that I thought of was Trouble in Store by Carol Cox. The main two are competitors, and while they are competitors, they are also kind to each other, and they just, it's that dislike to competitory competition feelings to love. Another one that is really similar to the hate to love trope is the friendship to relationship, and I honestly love this so much. It's so cute. It's so cute. And one series that I just finally finished, well, not really finished because there's more books coming, but I recently finally reread the series and started the new book for it. Do you know what it is? Do you? It is the Maya Davis series by Erin Mangum. This is the first book, Cool Beans, and so the third book trope that I really enjoy is mistaken identity, and this is one we see pretty often, I think, in the fiction world, no matter what genre it is, but I couldn't think of many that had it, so I know I've read more. But the first one that came to mind was Happy Camper by Renee Riva, and it's so cute. I love it when it kind of adds to the tension, and typically everything works out in the end, so I'm good with that. Number 4 is completely connecting to number 3, but I'm going to count them as separately because then I get to talk about more books, and that's when one of the main characters thinks the main character is someone else. And there's 2 books that work for this by the same author. So the first one is A Change of Fortune by Jen Toronto. I still adore this book, and I love all the antics of the costumes and trying to keep up her secret identity, but not really like a secret identity, just she's undercover, but not in the police field, just undercover for her own family's sake, and I loved it so much. And then Flights of Fancy by Jen Toronto was also very similar to that, but in a different way, and she pretends to be a housekeeper so she doesn't have to marry someone her family wants, which, I mean, I don't blame her, but these 2 books were so cute. I can just read the first chapter of A Change of Fortune and get all giddy inside because it was great. I do think it's interesting to note, though, that Flights of Fancy really did remind me of A Change of Fortune when I was reading it. And I do really think it was because the whole plot of thinking that someone is someone else, and I love that plot. I could read that plot all the time. It is such a fun plot to me. So number 5, I thought of 2 books again, and that is when the main characters switch jobs for some reason, and typically it's a competition, and apparently I'm competitive. That's what I'm learning in this video. I'm quite competitive, and I like reading about more competitive people. Who knew? So anyway, one of those books is Rival Hearts by Tara Randall. This is a contemporary, and they switch their positions in a newspaper magazine company, and it was very entertaining. Let me just read you this last little bit. Molly, an editor of Quilter's Heart, and Ben, an editor of Outdoor Adventures, must switch roles for 1 month and then submit an article at the end of their quests. So he's going to be with the crafty, and she's got to be outdoors. It was entertaining to read. And then another one that also had the same switching job thing was the Cactus Creek Challenge by Erica Vetch. I stink with last names. I apologize profusely. I'm so sorry. And basically, this is a historical, and they switch places as well. Hey, the main guy's name in this is Ben, too. Okay, is that a requirement? That's fun. Okay. Anywho, so they switched jobs as well, and I do remember this one being a wee bit kissy for my taste, but it was an entertaining story with all the antics of the town all switching careers. You know what's funny is in my last video, I just said, like, I know where all my books are now. Lie. I don't. Where's my next book? I don't know where my next book is. Remember in the last video how I shared, I know where all my books are now? Ah! Okay, we are good, we are good, we are good. Okay, forget it. I know where all my books are. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay, number 6 is when the parents are involved. Parents, guardian, figure. I enjoy it because then there's sometimes matchmaking, and I love reading it. I don't like being a part of it, but I like reading it. And this book had that. It was Stealing the Preacher by Karen Whittemire. His daughter wants a preacher for the town, so he goes as an outlaw and steals one. That's parental involvement, and it was really cute. I do feel like we have a lack of parents in fiction, especially YA fiction, but this one was historical fiction, and I loved seeing her dad was trying. He was trying for his little girl to get her what she wanted, and that was a minister for their little country church. And so he goes and steals one. Not quite the right way to go about doing it, but it was very entertaining. Number 7, when the first meeting isn't ideal. And we have Playing the Part by Jen Toronto. I'm pretty sure they met in a swamp with a costume on. Was it in this book or another book? These two main characters, though, they met when they were in a swamp. That's not ideal. And then the last book trope that I could think of, I actually don't have that I know of. And that's really disappointing to me. Actually, I probably do have it, but I don't know what book it would be in. So if anyone knows, let me know. It is the book trope when... Wait, I gotta read this. I don't think there's an actual name for this. But it's when the two are out and about together and they aren't a couple. So sometimes it's with like the friendship to relationship book trope, and you know, 2 in 1 book, that's great. But anywho, it's when they get told that, oh, your girlfriend is so nice, or oh, your boyfriend is so handsome, and they aren't actually dating. And then bonus points when like they don't correct the person. I love it! And I don't feel like I've seen that too often. I know I haven't seen that in contemporary YA that I know of. But if anyone sees a book and they're like, Lindsay, it's in there, please let me know down below, or message me on Instagram or someplace so I can know, because then I want to reread it, because it's just so fun. And I love it when they don't correct the other person. It's great. It's like, thank you, yes. We're not dating, but thank you. It's great, so yes. And then at the very bottom of my notes, I have least favorite, Love at First Sight and Love Triangles, which is very true because I don't like either of those. Love at First Sight, I'm tired of, and Love Triangles, somebody always gets hurt, and I don't like seeing that. And there we go. Those were some of my favorite book tropes. Eventually, I'll do this again maybe if I can think of more tropes that I enjoy. Let me know your favorite book tropes down below. And if you have seen a book with any of your favorite trope in them, I would love, love, love to know in the comments below. So that's really it for this video. I so hope you enjoyed it. I'm Lindsay from the blog booksforchristiangirls.blogspot.com, where in 2019 there's a new review every Friday. I post a new video hopefully every other week, and I'm on Instagram somewhat. Bye, y'all.